Hello everyone, this is lab2 for 327. This is the breadboard, standard layout, MSP 430, 47K resistor, and this is the nest of 300 ohm resistors. So this is the LED. The reason why I put three, this is RGB LED, this is the red LED. I use both just to demonstrate this is the 35%, 30%, 60%, 95% duty cycle changes. The RGB LED has three lights on at the same time, so it's not very clear the change of the intensity due to PWM. So I put this here so we can see better. These resistors are put here because first of all, to protect the LED, but usually you only need 300 or 100 ohm, depending on which kind of LED you're talking about. The reason why I added another 300 ohm LED is because the LED simply becomes too bright if you just add one 300 ohm resistor. So I added another three to make it more friendly to my eyes when I test it. Yeah, so let's take a look the code to see if it makes sense. The MS430 now actually runs on this code. So as you can see here, there are a bunch of constants that generated the PWMs. There are two PWMs because I'm driving all three LEDs RGB at the same time. So I need two interrupt routines. That's why I use two different PWMs to avoid any repetition of the declaration of the same variable. So 10, 60, 120, and 190 corresponds to duty cycles. The reason why they are double the values is because I set the period to be 200, so that the LED flashes fast enough to not be appear to be flickering to human eye. So with 200, then everything has to be doubled. So 10, 60, 120, and not 190. This way, I don't have to do arithmetic in when I'm calling all these numbers. I just need to call them directly. All these constants are just for looping through all these duty cycles, make it easier. So standard everything is basically implementing what we answered for the questions. I stopped the wash loss timer. This actually engages low frequency mode, and this is a VL. As you can see here, there are two separate chunks. One is for TA1, one for TA0. Again, TA1 only has 3 CCRs, so you can generate at most 2 PWMs. If you want to generate the third PWM to control the green light, apparently that's a bonus question for next week. You will need another timer, which is timer 0. So set them both to use auxiliary clock with VLO. Enable interrupts. Enter low power mode 3 as we decided during answering the questions. Enable interrupts. Okay. So every time it counts, since it's in up mode, every time both counters count up to CCR 0 value, which is 200, it would enter the interrupt routine ISR, and it would increment this integer here I, and then I'll take the I value, the modulus of that with respect to 4, to give me the number that I'm selecting from the duty cycle array. R for red, B for blue. The reason why I add 1 is because they differ in intensity. So one is at 5%, the other one will be at 30%, etc. So they don't appear to be changing their intensity in tandem. So there's the entire LED appears to be changing its color from blue to red to yellow, green, whatsoever, something like that. Added this delay cycles here is because the period of the duty cycle, the period of the PWM is selected in such a way that the human eye can't see it flickering. So every time it counts up to 200, enter this interrupt routine. That's a pretty high frequency. If we don't add this delay cycle here, then the changing of the intensity will be so fast that you can't even tell the difference. That's why I added this here to make it discernible to human eye, the changing intensity. The other interrupt routine is for timer 0. Basically everything's the same, just changing variables. Just for green, just the standard stuff. So now it's running off this. It's looping between 5%, 30%, 90, 60%, 95%. As you can see here, probably, yeah. So there are 4 levels. The 5% level appears almost turned off because it's just so low. Okay, so there are 4 different levels. The reason why the light still appears to be flickering a little bit is because the recording itself. It's not because to human eye it's also flickering. If you actually look at with naked eye, it's actually not flickering. I also did something a little bit extra, so I just want to share with you. If I wrote this couple lines of code so that the LED would change its color continuously in like a mood ring kind of fashion. I guess we'll have to do it anyway for next lab, so I just went ahead and I went ahead and did it. Oh boy, let me fix that real quick. There. So I comment out the 2 interrupt routines, and then I uncomment this the other 2 interrupt routines, and then let me compile it and load it. It's a little slow. Oh, come on. Okay. So what this does is this would increment the PWM by 5 and 4 during each interrupt routine. So it would change slightly, but it will change very fast. Because as you remember, we are removing the PWM, removing the delay cycle now, so things would change fast. So it becomes like it's getting brighter and then dimmer and then brighter, as we can see over here. So okay, you can see the 3 little LEDs over there, and they are changing color. If I turn off the light, it should be better. As you can see vaguely that the color is changing between blue and red and green and yellow and all those kind of stuff. You can also see from this red LED here that it's gradually changing its intensity. It's like turning from off to on to maximum value and then off again, sort of things like that. Okay, so here it is. Sorry for this is a pretty long video. And yep, see you next lab.